It's a moment every cat lover recognizes. A moment that feels like fate, spun from some cosmic, invisible thread. It's not just a meow, it's a declaration. The moment a cat doesn't just enter your home, they choose you. It's the sudden appearance of a small, fluffy stray on your doorstep, making demands as if he's owned the place for years. It's the single deliberate paw that reaches out from a shelter cage, batting at your leg and your leg alone as if to say, you. It's you. In a house full of people, have you ever wondered what makes your cat single you out? What is the secret calculus happening behind those mesmerizing eyes that makes them decide you are their person? It isn't random, and it's so much more than just who fills the food bowl. Your cat is constantly sending out signals, communicating in a hidden language that, once you learn to read it, reveals the profound depth of your connection. Today, we are not just listing reasons, we're giving you the key to the cat code. We're going to decode the 5 undeniable signs that prove you are, and always have been, your cat's favorite. We'll explore the science behind these signals, the true significance of what they mean for your bond, and we'll share the incredible stories from our community that show these codes in action. So, get comfortable, maybe with a cat on your lap, as we begin to decipher this beautiful feline mystery. The first and most foundational sign is what we call the security signal. The science is simple yet profound. Deep in your cat's brain, a primal instinct is always quietly humming. Cats are both predator and prey. This duality means that even in the safest home, they are hardwired for caution. They are at their most vulnerable when they eat, when they sleep, when they use their litter box. Because of this, they are masterful assessors of risk and safety. They don't just seek comfort, they seek unwavering security. A person who is predictable, who is a reliable source of food, clean water, and gentle care isn't just a friend. They become a landmark, a living, breathing symbol of stability in a world that their instincts tell them is uncertain. Consistency to a cat isn't boring, it is the highest form of respect and love. The significance of this is that when you become this pillar of security, you transcend the role of owner and become their guardian. It's a sacred trust. When your cat follows you into the kitchen at precisely 5:01 p.m., they are not just saying, "I am hungry." They are saying, "The world is right because you are here to make it so." When they choose to sleep at the foot of your bed, exposing their vulnerable back to the room, they are not just seeking warmth, they are appointing you as their designated protector for the night. They are saying with every relaxed muscle in their body, "With you here, I can finally truly rest. You are my safe harbor." And this code can be written slowly over years of dedicated care, or it can be forged in a single heart-stopping instant. This is the code in action. We heard an incredible story from a member of our community, a man whose cat was his companion, but their bond was transformed forever one afternoon. His cat was outside when he was suddenly cornered and attacked by a pack of dogs. Without a second of hesitation, the owner ran out, scattering the dogs and scooping up his terrified friend. He saved his life. And from that day forward, something shifted. The cat, who had once been an independent spirit, became his shadow. He learned the man's schedule down to the smallest detail, waiting by the door not just when he was due home from work, but when he was simply due back from taking out the trash. He adjusted his entire life to match the rhythm of his savior. That bond, forged in a moment of ultimate protection, lasted for the rest of his 25 years. That wasn't just about being fed. That was about being saved. That is the security signal in its most powerful form. The second sign we're decoding is one of profound subtlety. It is the quiet conversation. The science here takes us into the nuanced world of feline communication. Humans are loud. We communicate with complex words, broad gestures, and direct eye contact. To a cat, this can be overwhelming, even threatening. Direct eye contact in the animal kingdom is often a challenge, a sign of aggression. A loud voice can sound like the cry of a predator. A hand reaching down too quickly from above can look like a striking bird of prey. Cats, in contrast, speak in whispers. Their language is one of half-lidded eyes, slow movements, and a deep respect for personal space. The slow blink, as many of us know, is the cornerstone of this language. It is a cat's way of saying, "I see you, I am relaxed in your presence, and I trust you enough to close my eyes, even for a second." It is the feline equivalent of a handshake, a peace treaty, and a kiss, all rolled into one. The significance of this is that if you are your cat's chosen person, it's likely because you have, perhaps without even realizing it, become fluent in their language. You are a body language whisperer. You understand that sometimes, love means not reaching out your hand. It means sitting on the other end of the couch and just letting them be near. It means seeing them in the room and offering a slow blink, a quiet acknowledgement that requires nothing in return. When you respect their boundaries, you aren't being distant, you are screaming your affection in a language they can finally understand. You are telling them, "I see you, I hear you, and I respect you." This code is written in the countless silent moments that define your relationship. This is the code in action. One of the most touching stories we've ever read came from a viewer who shared a ritual with her cat. When her cat was pretending to be asleep, curled up and still, she would approach quietly. She wouldn't try to wake her or incite her to play. She would simply lean down and give her the gentlest of kisses on her forehead. A quiet reassurance that she was nearby. And every single time, without fail, the cat would let out the softest, tiniest little meow. A sleepy acknowledgement of the gesture. A quiet thank you. That right there is a perfect conversation. It's an exchange of love. With no demands, no expectations. It is two beings sharing a moment of perfect, peaceful understanding. It's the deep, unspoken truth that cements you as their favorite, their confidant, their translator in a world that is often too loud. Before we get to our third code, which is all about the invisible world that your cat navigates every single day, I'm curious, what's the quietest conversation you've had with your cat? That one little ritual or silent understanding you both share. Let us know in the comments. We love reading them. All right, the third sign your cat has chosen you is a powerful one, and it's happening all around you all the time. It is the scent signature. The science behind this is absolutely fascinating. Humans are primarily visual creatures. We navigate our world with our eyes. Cats, however, live in a world painted with scent. Their sense of smell is at least 14 times more powerful than ours, and they possess a special organ in the roof of their mouth called the Jacobson's organ, which allows them to literally taste scents, giving them an incredibly detailed picture of their environment. They have scent glands all over their bodies, on their cheeks, their forehead, their chin, and even in the soft pads of their paws. When a cat rubs their face against you, or kneads on your lap, this isn't just a sign of affection, it's an act of ownership. It's a behavior called bunting, and they are intentionally depositing their unique pheromones onto you. The significance of this is nothing short of breathtaking. Your cat is marking you as safe, as familiar, as family. They are intertwining your personal scent with theirs, creating a new combined scent signature that essentially screams to the world, "This one is mine." You become a walking, talking, living pillar of home to them. When you come home from work or a trip, you smell like the strange outside world. Their immediate need to rub all over you is their way of restamping you, of covering you in the comforting, familiar scent of us. They are reaffirming your place in their inner circle. It is the highest olfactory compliment a cat can possibly give. You are not just a person in the house. You are part of the very fabric of their territory. And this code is in action every time your cat makes a choice based on their nose. Think about it. Why does your cat sleep on your pile of dirty laundry instead of the clean, freshly washed clothes? Because it smells intensely, wonderfully, like you. Why do they curl up on your side of the bed, even when you're not in it? Because your scent is a lullaby to them. When they rub their little chin on the corner of your laptop while you're trying to work, they aren't just being cute. Haha. Okay, they are being cute, but they're also saying, "This important glowing box? This is ours now, too." They are building a communal scent profile, a fortress of familiarity that makes them feel secure. They are branding you with their love. The fourth sign is about the moments that define a life. It is what we call the unforgettable gesture. The science tells us that a cat's critical socialization period happens when they are a kitten, between 2 and 7 weeks of age. Positive experiences with humans during this time can create a powerful, lifelong bond. But what the science doesn't fully capture, and what your stories tell us so beautifully, is that a cat of any age can be profoundly imprinted upon by a single unforgettable gesture of kindness. A moment that so dramatically alters their reality for the better, that it rewires their allegiances forever. This is the moment of rescue, the moment of adoption, the moment a hand was offered with gentleness instead of fear for the very first time. The significance of this is that you become more than just their person, you become a turning point in their life story. You are the protagonist in their hero's journey. You are the character who showed up and changed everything. This type of bond is forged in gratitude and relief, and it runs incredibly deep. It's a connection that says, my life before you was one thing, and my life after you is something infinitely better. You didn't just give them a home, you gave them a new beginning. And the code is in action in so many of your origin stories. We've heard from so many of you who went to a shelter, looking at dozens of cats, only to be chosen. The story of the woman who walked by a cage, and a little paw shot out and batted her leg. She continued on, looked at other kittens, but felt nothing. On her way back, the same paw shot out again. When the shelter staff let the kitten out, she didn't hesitate. She climbed right up the woman's leg, up her torso, all the way to the top of her head, and claimed her. Hafa. That is a choice. In a sea of faces, a sea of noise, one paw reached out and chose its destiny. And for 17 years, that cat has been on her lap. We also heard from the man who was doing routine air conditioner maintenance at a client's house. He was outside, minding his own business, when a little fluff ball just rolled up out of nowhere and started, in his words, making demands. Hafa, harder! He gave him some water, scooped him into his truck, and the little guy just fell asleep on his backpack. The rest is history. That cat wasn't just a stray. He was a cat with a plan. A cat who saw his person and decided, yep, you'll do. He made the unforgettable gesture. Our final sign, the fifth code, is perhaps the most intriguing. It is the mysterious connection. The science here is on the cutting edge. We know that cats are incredibly sensitive creatures. They can likely pick up on subtle changes in our bodies, our heart rate, our tone of voice, even the scent of stress hormones like cortisol that we emit. They are natural empaths in their own way. Because of this, they tend to gravitate towards people who are calm, whose energy is peaceful and non-threatening. But beyond that lies the mystery. Cats also have complex social hierarchies and preferences that we, as humans, can never fully comprehend. Their reasons are their own. The significance of this is that it asks us to embrace the wonder of it all. It's a beautiful thing to accept that we don't have all the answers. Your cat's choice of you might be partly because you're a calm presence, but it might also be for reasons woven into the very fabric of their unique personality. It elevates your cat from just a pet to a creature of deep intuition and mysterious wisdom. And if they have used that wisdom to choose you, it feels all the more special. It's a compliment from a creature who sees the world in ways you never will. And this code in action is where things get really fascinating. It can be as simple as a cat choosing to be near you whenever you're relaxed, reading a book or watching television. They are syncing their peace with your peace. But it can also be, well, baffling. We received an absolutely incredible story from a man who lived with his partner and a cat for many years. And for about 8 of those years, this one particular cat made it crystal clear that she did not like him. She would hiss, she would run, she wanted nothing to do with him. He wasn't mean to her, she just hated him. When they eventually divorced, his ex took that cat. But 4 years later, the ex had to move and couldn't find a home for her. Reluctantly, the man agreed to take her back. He was astonished. From the moment she re-entered the house, she was a different animal. The cat that had despised him now couldn't get enough of him. She was constantly in his lap, purring, seeking affection. The only thing that had changed was that the other person was gone. We can only guess that in her complex feline social map, he was always second, and only when he became first did he become worthy. No telling what really goes on in those little heads. And of course, there's the classic joke that seems to hold a grain of truth. The one person in the room who is allergic to or doesn't like cats. Mischievously, oh, you better believe the cat knows. It engages its internal radar, finds that person, and makes a beeline. My new best friend. It's a mystery, a hilarious, wonderful mystery. So, as we look back at these 5 codes, the security signal, the quiet conversation, the scent signature, the unforgettable gesture, and the mysterious connection, we see they are not a checklist. They are facets of a single beautiful diamond, the bond you share. Being a cat's favorite isn't a competition to be won, it's a relationship to be built, a language to be learned, a trust to be earned. In the end, as one of our viewers so perfectly put it, to be chosen by a cat is a wonderful thing. It's a privilege. It's a relationship built on a mysterious connection that we are incredibly lucky to be a part of. And whether that cat is curled up on your lap right now as you listen to this, purring softly, or whether they are curled up forever in your heart and your memories, a loving presence you still miss every single day, that bond, that choice, is real, and it is forever. If you cherish the code you share with your cat, hit that subscribe button to become a certified cat code breaker. And in the comments below, we want to hear your story. Tell us about the moment you knew, the moment the cat chose you. We will read every single one. Thanks for watching, and go give your cat a slow blink from us.